having a good night? Yeah? It's a great night in Rome. So, this is a very intimate, safe space. I mean, it's basically like group therapy, right? So, recently I told my bestie I'm an unsexable dried up prune. But, maybe not the dried up part, because I am a woman in my 30s, and in case you weren't aware, we're all just basically walking crotch geysers, like Old Faithful, ready for bedroom rodeo and sexcapades at virtually any moment, and it's true. If you want to find out, see me after the show. So, despite being an unsexable dried up prune, I did actually go on a really incredible date recently, which I'm guessing you already figured out the plot twist for where this was going. But yeah, I did go on an incredible date, which was something a little bit unexpected. So a year ago, I was diagnosed with complex ADHD combined type. Yeah. And I haven't done enough methamphetamines for tonight, but it's okay, they're legal. So, you laugh, but it's true. And losing my train of thought. I'll get it back, don't worry. So I did go on this incredible date, and I have this problem with dating, because my friends have to tell me not to be weird, to just sort of be normal, which is really hard for me, because I'm not. So what I usually do is I send a really awkward text, and then I go, oh shit, that was really awkward. So then I double text and send another text to remove the awkwardness with a newly awkward text. And then I realized that didn't help at all. So then I send a gif of a foot in a mouth. It's so sexy. I am crushing this. So I did that. And he wrote back. Like, immediately. And I was like, what sorcery is this? He's probably a serial killer. So, but I am somehow still alive, miraculously. And he was nice. Like, held open doors and everything. And, my mom did say, well, Amanda, honey, basic human decency is literally the bare minimum, don't you know? Oh, by the way, I'm from Minnesota. So I guess I just had my bar set too low. And, at the end of the day, if you can chew with your mouth closed, wash your hands after going to the bathroom, that's nice. But I'm just looking for somebody who works and whose dick still works. That's really good. Aside from that, the rest is just the cherry on top. So anyway, I go on this incredible date, and it was great. We had a great time. We, had a great time. And then we had a great time, and then we had a great time. But I've noticed that Americans and Italians, it's a bit different. I've lived in Italy for 8 years, and dating Italians, it's just, they're kind of a different breed. Flirting in Italy is sort of like, their go-to pickup line is, "Hey, ciao bella, stai cercando divertimento?" Which basically means, are you looking for some fun? And their idea of a first date is usually a request for butt sex, because for Catholics, doing it in the butt doesn't count. So, there's that. And this is a wonderful country to live in. I love living here. It's beautiful. The art, the history, the culture, the clearly gay men in dresses who call themselves priests. There is something for everyone. So, and Italian men are passionate. There's no 2-minute Timmies or 90-second Nicks in Italy. I remember the first time that I was swept off my feet and into bed by an Italian man, and he went to town on my lady bits for a really long time, and then he looked up at me with this big, juicy grin and said, "Welcome to Italy." So, back to my incredible date, because, symmetry, guys, right? I thought there would be another date. Has anybody ever thought you have a really great date? You think there's going to be another date? Anybody ever have this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What is the worst way somebody has ever tried to get out of a date with you?
Ghosting.
Ghosting? Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Your grandmother died.
Grandmother dies. There's a lot of dead grandmothers due to dating, that's for sure. Choir teacher died. Well, there you go. Yeah, I've had a few of them die over the years too. Yeah, also sadly true, but also weird. Anybody else do a way to get out of a date that was creative?
Suicide.
There you go. That's an approach. That is something. I don't know that I can compete with that. So anyway, I will try. I'll let you vote. You, the audience, you can vote on which is the better way or the worst way. So we are setting up our second date, and everything's going great. And then I just sort of casually bring up STIs. Like, have you been tested? When was the last time? Because I really want to suck you off. All those kind of things that you talk about when you're going to have a second date. These are important conversation topics. And he goes, yeah, maybe you shouldn't go down on me. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, condoms work for a reason. And then he says, oh, I just noticed there's 2 spots on my penis. And I said, oh, okay. And he said, well, actually, I think they could be ingrown hairs from shaving. So, follow-up question. Okay, who in here has a woolly mammoth penis? Anybody? I've never met a man who shaves his shaft, but what do you do? Do you do is it like a Brazilian, just like a little strip? Or do you do like a symbol, your sports team? I don't know, can you tie it into a ponytail? Can you straighten it? I'm so curious about that. I want to know, woolly mammoth penis. I never met one before, so I'm very curious about this. And it turns out, dude fabricated herpes to get out of a date with me. So I don't know. Suicide is a pretty good, I'm just saying, but fabricated herpes. So there's that. But I find living in Italy that people will just speak their mind to you all the time, especially doctors. There hasn't been a doctor I have visited in Italy who hasn't asked me why I don't have children. And I would just like to clarify that I am child-free by choice because of anatomy. See, I don't exactly want to ruin my hoo-ha with a giant watermelon-sized human exploding out of my vagina. Thank you very little. So, natural childbirth. It's like rebuilding a sandcastle after a hurricane. It's never the same, folks. It's never the same. So anyway, I went to the gynecologist recently, and she asked me why I didn't have children. And she was in a long line of doctors next to the dermatologist, the psychiatrist, the gastroenterologist, the endocrinologist, and my regular PCP, who have all asked the same question. But this gynecologist then looked at me, well, she looked at me, because, it was during the exam. And she just went, tap, tap. I don't understand, because everything is working. So, I got that going for me. And, that's about it. I had more to say, and then, the ADHD, it comes in, it's like this, and, there's not enough methamphetamines in the world to help with this. So, I'm going to stop it right there. Thank you so much.